So, let me just say this. Everyone's version of real is not the same.
And just because someone doesn't show you their chaos doesn't mean it never existed. Some of us just made a decision to stop living there. Welcome back to Soft Life, Hard Truths, the podcast where we choose peace, but we still tell the truth. I'm your host, Chudney Thompson. And today's episode might ruffle a few feathers. I had a moment recently that made me stop and think about how many people perceive soft life content and what they consider real. And I'm not here to call anyone out. No names, no drama, just an observation. There's this idea floating around that if you're not showing struggle, if you're not showing chaos, if you're not venting, cursing, or breaking down, then you must not be real. But somewhere along the line, real became synonymous with struggle. Struggle, negativity, dysfunction. Like if you're not showing that, you're hiding something. And I think sometimes people look at my content and assume my life has always been soft. And I get it, because I don't lead with chaos. But my life has not been easy. I've lived in conditions that most people wouldn't accept for a week, for years. I didn't even have my own bedroom until I was over 30 years old. I didn't meet my dad until I was 16. My mom worked 3 jobs, and I had to figure a lot of life out early. And that's why I'm so proud of my family, my kids, my husband, us as a whole, because we really got it out the mud. We did not come from money. We didn't come from ease. We built what we have from the ground up. And my daughter went so hard because she knew she needed a full ride. Not because it sounded good, but because she understood our reality. And that kind of awareness, that kind of drive, that comes from knowing what it's like to not have. And even now, my family depends on me. My mom has chronic COPD, and there are times I wish I could do more. But my reality is, my body doesn't move the way it used to. I deal with cervical and lumbar spinal issues, and it changed everything. There are things I used to be able to do that I just can't anymore. I can't stand for as long, I can't walk for long, and even driving. Something as simple as pushing the pedals or turning the wheel, it hurts. You see, that's one of the main reasons I actually bought my Tesla, to make life a little easier on my body. And I think that's what people don't understand. My life didn't become soft because it was easy. My life became soft because it had to. I had to slow down. I had to be still. And in that stillness, I made a choice to create peace anyway. That's actually why I started this podcast, because I needed to show that there's still life, even when you can't live it the way you used to, even when you can't work the way you used to, even when life forces you to move differently. There is still life, and it can still be beautiful. So no, I don't perform my pain. To prove I've been through something, I choose peace on purpose. And that doesn't make me fake. That makes me intentional. And here's the hard truth. Some people are more comfortable watching chaos than they are witnessing peace. Because chaos is familiar, but peace requires healing. Peace requires discipline. Peace requires acceptance. And not everybody is ready for that. And I'll admit, I had to check myself. Because not everything is about you. Sometimes people are just speaking from their own reality. And that's okay. But their reality doesn't have to become mine. And I'm not going to shrink or dim my light to make my life look more real to someone else. And if I'm being 100% honest, even now, my mind still races sometimes, trying to make sense of everything I've been through. And when I think about my life, there's a piece that always comes to mind. Because life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And this week, I'm going to be reciting Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpets on the floor. Bare. But all the time, I's been a-climbing on, and reaching landings, and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you set down on the steps 'cause you finds it kinda hard. Don't you fall now, for I's still going, honey. I's still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And that's the point. My life didn't start soft, but I made it that way. And I will keep choosing that every single day. I'll never apologize for creating peace in my life because I know what it took to get here. Before we close, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to my global family. Of course, right here in the United States, always holding me down. And to Colombia, thank you so much for tuning in and showing love. South Korea, I see you and I appreciate you. And Nigeria, truly, thank you for your support and presence. It means more than you know. No matter where you are in the world, we are connected. And I'm so grateful you're here with me on this journey. This has been Soft Life, Hard Truths. And until next week, I'm wishing you all love and light. Good night.
Thompson.